Alright folks, so for today's Diecast video, this is going to be my 2-year collection update. This was something that if I kind of committed to the Diecast videos so far this year, which as you guys heard in my update video, I have the whole story on all that stuff in the Diecast update video that I just made 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, whatever it was. Yeah, if I had committed to it this year so far, I would have done this in like July when the actual 2-year mark was, but better late than never, I guess. So this is going to be my 2-year diecast collection update. So I'm going to start over here at the 2 random shelves. So starting up here, nothing's really changed over here, but I'm just going to go through all of them anyway. Nothing really too special to stop at over here. Got my few Tony Stewarts that for whatever reason are out of order. A couple Jeff Gordons here. Actually a good handful of Jeff Gordons. A couple Kevin Harvicks here. A couple Jarrett's Juniors. Kurt Busch, Edwards, and then just a few random ones. A couple Phillies. And then down here we have our stand cars. These are the ones that I get at the flea market, like the Racing Champions ones. These 2 back here are the Waltrip brothers. There's a McDonald's one, a truck one. This cool little Jeff Gordon thing that I have. The 1997 championship. Jimmy. A couple Terry Labontes here. There's another cool little Jeff Gordon one right here, the Baby Ruth. I don't know which flea market I found that at, but it was a score. Because from what I hear, from what I've heard since I've gotten that and looked it up, that's pretty rare to find. And I just scored it at a flea market one day. Joe Gibbs one there, Lake Speed, the Dave Blaney one. And then up front here I have the Bill Elliott's, the 3 Bill Elliott ones that I have. And then a Petty over here. And this shelf, nothing yet. If you guys didn't see the diecast update video, once again I'm going to mention that I made the other day. I updated you guys on the shelves. No, I actually didn't. I lied. I'm going to do that in this video as well. So now moving on to these 3 shelves over here, starting with the man himself, Mr. Kyle Busch. So we're going to start out with the M&M cars. The regular M&M cars. Now moving on to Halloween M&Ms. Red, white, and blue M&Ms, and then just other special edition M&Ms, the crispy cars, the caramel cars. Now moving on to Interstate. Moving on to Snickers. Ton of Snickers. My freaking Snickers collection is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 Snickers cars. What the shit? The biggest collection, obviously, is the M&M cars, because there's like a fuck ton of those, but and the Interstate collection is pretty big, too. Then double mint, combos, Skittles. I should have Skittles right here. I don't know why I don't. I should have Skittles on the left side, the far left side over here. And then just random ones that I only have one of. The red, white, and blue, the pedigree, and the Banfield. This one's the newest one, the Sweet Heat Skittles that I just got in the mail the other day. And then moving on to NASCAR Authentics / Generation 6 that isn't Kyle Busch or Hendrick as I call it. I have like really weird names for these that probably only I can really understand. I think it kind of makes sense because if you know what Generation 6 means, like it's 2013 and newer. Because in 2013 they started putting the names on their cars on like the on like Kyle's right here. You could say it says Kyle Busch. I said that like a hick. Kyle Busch. It says on his windshield there. That's the word I was looking for that 30 seconds of trying to think of it. On the windshield, it has their names, and that started in 2013. So I have all these cars right here. So starting out with McMurray and Brad. I hate Brad, but I love his paint schemes. Austin Dillon. Excuse me. Austin Dillon. And then moving on to Harvick, another one that I can't stand, but I love his paint schemes. And the Jimmy Johns and the Busch for this year. 07 Racing Collectibles is probably first of all, when this NASCAR season first started, like at Daytona time, I stupidly told you guys that I wanted to go up to 07 Racing Collectibles a lot this year, which hasn't happened. I've only been up there twice. But in the next couple weeks, I'm going to be going up there. So I'm going to be grabbing the 2 new Harvick cars, the Busch and the frickin' Jimmy John's one. For some reason, I just haven't gotten his 2 paint schemes from this year yet, but that's going to happen in the next couple weeks. And then moving on to Casey Kane. And then there's a random, I forget who that one is. Is that Justin Allgaier? I forget. The number 7 one over there. I completely forget who that is. And then the one Danica car that I have, but I'm going to get the GoDaddy one from this year when it shows up at one of my stores for Authentics. That wave is like out now, but I haven't seen it yet. And then the 2 Denny Hamlins that I have, the new Ryan Blaney paint scheme, couple Tonys, Ricky Stenhouse, Suarez / Edwards. There's actually 2 and 2 there, 2 Suarez and 2 Edwards. Both Eric Jones right here, the Xfinity car from 2015, which is one of my favorites in my collection. It says "Get Well Soon, Kyle" on that Band-Aid thing right there above where it says Interstate. It says "Get Well Soon, Kyle" is when Kyle Busch's leg was hurt. That's one of my favorites. And then his new DeWalt paint scheme. Trevor Bayne and Ryan Blaney here. Moving on to Joey Logano. I have 3. Ryan Newman. And then Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick here. I only have 1 Kurt Busch car. I didn't even know that. Technically 2 if you count the 97 that's over there. But over here I have 1 Kurt Busch car. Might need to get one from this year. And then moving on to Montoya, the 1 Montoya car I have over here. And then Larson. And here is the highly controversial Target paint scheme that they seem to mess up every year. And then the 2 new ones, the DC Solar and Credit 1. And then we have Almirola's Waffle House, and then the 2 Bubba cars. The 1 Allmendinger car I have and probably will ever have. I want to get one of his newer ones, like the 2017 or 2018. Like I want to get a Kroger car of his. So maybe if they have one of those at 07, I'm gonna get one. I meant to look yesterday. I didn't buy any cars at Watkins Glen yesterday. Because the ones that I had my eye on, I should have gotten the 2 freaking Harvick cars, but I didn't even think of it. But besides those 2, the 2 Harvick cars, all the other cars that I had my eye on, I already gotten at freaking at Pocono the week before, so technically last weekend. And now finally Truex, couple Furniture Row, 3 Bass Pro Shops, and then 1 Auto Owners. And now moving on to Hendrick. We have Jeff Gordon, the 3 Jeff Gordon ones that I have here. Penn State, the 3M, and the, what's it called? I forget what they called it. Rainbow Warrior, I think it was, or whatever. And now Chase Elliott, who picked up his first career win at Watkins Glen yesterday, so that was pretty cool to see in person. 3M, Kelly Blue Book, Mountain Dew, Napa, and to wrap up the 24s, Little Caesars, and then the 3 9s that I have so far, we have the Napa, the Hooters, and the Mountain Dew. Now moving on to Jimmy Johnson, Mr. 7-time. We have the 2015 lows, I think, 2014, 2015, something like that. 2016, I don't know, somewhere around there. And then this is that little 3-pack that I got the one time. Or I'm sorry, why is the 2017 car just in the middle of that? I need to fix that. Because I have like the 2017 car just in the middle of like these 2014s and 15s. I need to move that next to the Superman over here. I'm going to do that after this. But that's the 2017 car right there. And then the red one I like a lot. That one's a Texas win, I think. That one was a... damn it, I forget what the name was. I don't remember. And then we have a Superman Lowe's for Pros, the newest one. And then moving on to Junior / Bowman, mostly Junior. A couple Nationwides, Attack Slayer, the Batman Exalta, the Daytona 500 win, the Last Ride car, and then the 2 Bowmans that I have, the Nationwide and Exalta. And now finally, to update you on the 124s, if you want to hear the whole story on my plans for the 124s, because 124s are going to be like entering my life, I guess, as I explained it in the update video. there's a lot of things in this collection video that I'm mentioning that I went into more detail of in the previous video I made, so go check that out. And the 124s are one of those things. So starting up top here, I haven't really added anything to like these random flea market ones because I haven't been to the flea market a lot this year. So just to go across there. And then these couple Kyles. Two newest ones right here, the regular M&Ms 2018 and the 2017 Snickers. And then the highlight of my diecast collection so far after 2 years, which I just got and everybody just got, the Bristol sweep set. I'm going to keep it on this one shelf like this. I might get like a plastic case for it to keep it on here with, so they don't get like dusty and everything, but I know they made like a special one that had like the Truck Series logo with a stand and then the Xfinity Series logo and then the Cup Series logo, like all in one case, like specifically for the sweep. So I might look into that in the next couple weeks, next month or so. We'll see. Yeah, that's the collection after 2 years. I mean, I've had times in 2 years where I've like slowed down and kind of digressed, but for most of these 2 years, I've been really active with the diecasts. And like even as I went away for the diecast videos, this NASCAR season really so far, I've still been active with the diecasts themselves, just not the videos. So yeah, there's been like periods where I've gotten like off with the diecast, but I'd say after 2 years, I have a pretty solid collection going here. Leave over there, and then oh, that was the other thing I was going to explain, that this is the new shelf that I picked up. And yesterday at Watkins Glen, I bought a few decals just to get it started. 2 of the NASCAR ones, the Monster Energy Series one and the regular one, and then Watkins Glen has the Toyota display, so I got that at the Toyota display, at the outfair as they call it. So yeah, the decal thing that I do with this one, I'm also going to do with this one. And I might do all 124s for this one eventually, but once, because you could say I still have a good little bit of space like for 9 or 10 more cars for Kyle, but you could see like the NASCAR Authentics and other drivers in the middle. I'm running out of space there, and Hendrick is good for now too, but the main focus for 164th on this is going to be NASCAR Authentics and like other drivers over here. And same with over here too, like random cars, like flea market cars and just other stuff. That's kind of running out of space too, so those might be the 2 main focuses if I do anything 164 with this at all, which again is probably going to be those 2 things. But other than that, this one's basically going to be 124th. And I just have them spread out like this for now, but obviously as I get more 124ths, they're going to be more cringed up and everything. But for now, I just have them as spread out as I possibly can. But then, like I said, they're going to be more together and cringed up as I get more, just to save space, obviously. But for now, this is what we have on the 124th shelf up here. And then I think I just mentioned it, but I'm going to say it again in case I didn't. The decal thing that I do over here, I'm going to be doing... Yeah, I already mentioned that because I should get... Yeah, I already got into that. But, so yeah, that's the new shelf. And then these 2 never really changed since whenever. So, yeah, that's basically the collection update, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and more will be coming up.